What's going on, you guys? This is New York Adventure 1994 here, and today is Friday, February 28th, 2020. And I was watching News 12 today, and I have good news for all Islander fans. The Isles are playing home playoff games at the Coliseum this year, when they do make the playoffs. And next year, in 2020-21, the Islanders will have all of their home games at the Coliseum, where their original home is. And thankfully I'm going to a Rangers game this year, but just in case if next year the tickets are ridiculous again, I have the Islanders at the Coliseum. I will gladly buy tickets for that. And I'll be going to I will gladly go to a few games. Like if I'm not doing anything that night. Because the Ranger tickets are expensive, but this year I'm going to a Rangers game on March 16 against the Calgary Flames. And I've been to two Islander Coliseum games during the new Coliseum era. In March against the Boston Bruins, and we lost 5-0, and the next game was in September against the Detroit Red Wings for preseason. 2 weeks before I left for Disney, I decided to go to a game before Disney. Like, do something Long Island like, cause I'm not gonna be here. And it was really great. I decided to start a brand new school year, and I celebrated that by going there to the Coliseum. I mainly like it when you go inside where the ice is, because it looks like years ago. Walking to the Coliseum and walking into the ice area is just like walking into a time machine. Like you're going all the way back into earlier last decade, because we're not in the 2010s anymore, and this is 2020 now. I don't know why I said this decade. I'm just so used to the other decade that I said earlier in the decade. I'm hoping to go to more games next year. If I can't go to the Rangers, I always have the Islanders at the Coliseum until the arena in Belmont is built and completed. Oh, it's like near the Belmont racetrack, which is some place I went to watch the horses race in like May of 2010 when I was in 3rd grade. And also that same school year, I started horseback riding that same spring. I went every Monday after school. It was like up in Syosset, New York. But I don't really horseback anymore. But it was really great. I loved all the horses there because they were so nice and everything. But sadly that year, the Islanders were at the Coliseum, but they didn't make the playoffs. But even my team, the Rangers, didn't. After losing to the Flyers in the last game in a shootout, which I was really pissed about. Thankfully, the Islanders are better now than they were back then. It was a nightmare back then. They were like always on the bottom. Every time I looked at them those years. It was horrible. Horrible turn of events. By the time it was 2013 when they made the playoffs, I was like, about time. Because it took 6 years. And that was really upsetting to me. Especially because I live here. This has been my home for like the last 16 years. And it's messed up that I live in the same place where somebody's struggling. It's like that with the Rangers now. The Rangers are my real team. But I just think I'm just ashamed that I used to live near somebody struggling. Really close to me. Oh, and with the Islanders moved to the Coliseum completely next year until Belmont is done, guess what? No more Barclays Center. Because there's bad seating in there. It wasn't built for hockey. You have a difficult time finding a parking space. And the only easy way to go there is take the Long Island Railroad for Long Islanders. If you guys have a show or something. And now they can finally leave the Brooklyn Nets alone. Too. Let them have their own arena, which was built for basketball, and let the Isles have a hockey arena that was made for hockey. Because people have been parking into the shopping center where the Chuck E. Cheese is in Brooklyn. They've been parking on random places on the street, like on random sidewalks. They've been parking on sidewalks closer to people's houses. And some people have been parking really far away. That takes forever to walk back to Barclays. That's how bad it is over there. Brooklyn's like one of the most busiest boroughs besides Manhattan and all that in the New York City area. But Brooklyn is where my Nana's parents lived. Again, my Nana is the one married to my deceased New York Yankees grandfather. I'm just really excited about next year. Because I'd rather have my team close to home. I'd rather have a famous team be happy than be unhappy. And live somewhere they're gonna be happy. But it isn't gonna last long because of the new arena. So, my second team is going to be closer to me now. Again, completely. Next year. It's worth looking forward to next year. And hopefully the Rangers get a wild card next year. Because I still expect them to be slow this year. Because March, the Rangers have a lot to do in March. They don't have that many easy opponents. They have a good chance of losing most of their games that month. Because of no more Shesterkin. Because of that car accident. Because he's out for a season now. And that's going to be a really big problem. Shesterkin is out. It's not going to be easy. So I'll give them one more year. One more year. But I'm just happy right now that a famous Long Island team is moving back to its roots again. They're heading back to their original roots again. Their original home, the Coliseum. Which is their original roots. So I guess that's it. Bye. Don't forget to keep it frigid.